The Russian invasion of Ukraine is leading to anti-Russian bias here in the U.S., with more Americans taking out their anger on Russian-owned businesses across the country. Kevin Corke has a look at the escalating economic tensions and their effects on those opposing the war, plus why Congress is eyeing even tighter sanctions overseas.
As the Russian invasion of Ukraine intensifies overseas, here in the U.S., Russian-owned businesses are facing severe backlash over Vladimir Putin's decision to wage war.
Business down a little bit, like 20 to 30 to 20% down.
But the anti-Russian sentiment isn't just causing Americans to boycott Russian-owned stores and products, with many business owners now experiencing an increase in threats.
Received a call like 3 calls a week, 4, 2, and they start cussing, they start yelling.
This resentment is causing confusion for Russians living in America who don't support the conflict in Ukraine.
We all live here, we escaped all this madness there, and we'll get along.
Meanwhile, the war is also crippling Russian businesses overseas, with more sanctions expected soon, as the House voted Thursday to suspend normal trade relations with Russia.
They cannot just go kill a bunch of people, destroy cities, kill women and children, and then go back and have business as usual.
But economists say imposing greater sanctions may only hurt Russians opposing the war instead of those engaged in the fighting.
The question that we don't know the answer to is, what difference, if any, does that make to Vladimir Putin?
Russian-owned businesses here in the U.S. say sanctions are actually hurting their stores, making it much more difficult and more expensive to import the goods they need. I'm Kevin Corke, Fox News.
PayPal will now be allowing its users to send money to Ukrainians in their country, as well as those who are now refugees across Europe. Previously, people in Ukraine were only able to use the payments platform to send money out of the country. They'll now be able to receive funds as well as make transfers within Ukraine and abroad. It's the latest measure by banks and other financial services companies looking for ways to help Ukrainians impacted by Russia's invasion. The IRS is telling Congress they'll get it done and end this year when it comes to the backlog of tax returns. IRS Commissioner Charles Rettig told Congress Thursday that the federal tax agency should be able to complete the giant pile of previous tax returns by the end of the year. Recently, the agency pledged to hire 10,000 new workers to process 20 million remaining returns. Rettig said the IRS is hugely understaffed, with 20,000 fewer workers than in 2010 and 20% of the workforce unable to work for pandemic reasons. Its budget is also 20% less than in 2010. A Washington senator is pushing for an extension to the student loan payment pause. College grads with loans might be able to take a deep breath. The Biden administration could be extending the loan forgiveness to at least 2023. This comes after Senator Patty Murray suggested an extension in order to fix the system. One change the Education Department is looking into is to finalize a new income-based repayment plan. Any decision by the White House to either extend, cancel, or continue with student loan repayments must be made by May 1st. That's when the current pause reaches deadline.